Hey everybody, welcome to Tap Vapes, and I'm here to bring you a Rdta building and wicking guide for beginners. And there's a million of these out there, but I got a kind of little, since I was a beginner at one point, I can kind of throw some tips out there and stuff just to help along. I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but figured I'd do this since my RDA is due for rebuild. I've only had the coils in there for about a month, and I change my cotton periodically, so it's not that bad, but it's been sitting with the top open with the wide bore Goon. If you don't know, I'm using a Goon 25 millimeter. That's what it comes in the new bag. I just have the Goon logo on the back with the little like Pink Floyd looking logo thing. But if you look right here, let's get this zoomed in. And if you can't see, let me take these dark glasses off. Let's see. I got my lighting fixed. If you didn't notice, I got some a bunch of umbrella lighting. If you want to see like that, I got a bunch of umbrella lighting. So I did spend a lot of extra money to bring you guys some better content with better lighting. So let's go and get this down here on the close up. So as you can see, I'm going to try to get it in there. If you can see it, there's this one little wire that's like poking off the coil on the quad core fuse Clapton. It's about right here. You see the cotton's a little dirty. Coils ain't bad, but that's the position I like them in. You want your coils up, and you want to kind of bend them and build them up towards the top so they're flush with the Goon, with the top post. That way the airflow, how you measure your airflow is kind of hold this next to this. And you can see, like, yeah, that's a little bit just above the air holes, airflow, so the air goes up underneath it and cools it. And that's going to create better flavor and all around just a better vape experience with less spit back and all that stuff. So, and if you notice with the Goons, you got to kind of leave that where I'm squonking with my top side. You got to kind of keep the cotton, that center part and the center part over here kind of empty without no cotton in it, so the juice can flow up. So right now I do have the squonk pin in, as you can see, and on the bottom it just shows the little pyramid thing. It's got a little bit of juicy juice on it, little juicy juice, but it's got the, I don't know if I cleaned it off or not. It keeps leaking, so I'm just going to empty it out. So what I will do is we're going to go ahead and tear this build down. So if you have something like that, easiest thing to do is if you're just going to re-wick, cut the cotton right here, and right here at the top, then just pull them out easily. You don't want to keep tugging on it if you're going to reuse the coils. But if it's just you're rebuilding, just take your Allen key. But what you will need if you're a beginner is this coil master kit. You don't necessarily need to buy the entire kit, but you will eventually end up buying every piece to this kit and cost yourself a lot more money than just going out and buying the kit. So we're going to need the ohm reader to build on, and not only because all my Addy stands are gone. To build on, we're going to need the Allen key and some scissors for the cotton. I'll have more detail on this. I'm going to do some Coil Master giveaways. So as you can see, we're going to need our ceramic tweezers. We're going to need our cotton, whatever you want to call them. They're pinchers. I'll just kind of show you what this stuff kind of does. We're going to need our lead cutters. And that's pretty much it. I have pretty much, but you can build your own coils with this stuff right here, like regular, this round wire Clapton. It comes with 10 foot of 24 gauge Canthal A1 resistance wire, 10 foot of it. So you can make quite a bit of coils with it, but I'll go ahead and tell you what I use. I love to build my own coils. I love to build my own aliens, but lately I haven't had time with all the work I've been doing, editing and this and that, and working at the shops and stuff. So I like these Witofo quad core fuse Claptons. If you look right here, it's N80. Let me get this focus in. It's working a lot better with my lights that I got now. Maybe I got it too bright right now. I can adjust it, but if you look right here, it's N80, 3 millimeter inner diameter, and 0.26 ohm. So if I put just one coil in on a single coil, it'd be a 0.26 ohm. Since I'm doubling them up, it'll be a 0.13 resistance. So we're going to go ahead and pull two of these little bad boys out. I'll show you what they look like on the close-up. Like, they're very tiny. They're 3 millimeter diameter, but they're beautifully made. With Topo, like, I haven't had any resistance issues with them or anything. Like, let me get a close-up of that. You can get it right there. You can see those little wires on them. I mean, they're nice coils. So we're going to set them right here. We're going to get this little Allen key tool. We are on the 0.15, so I kind of stripped that one a little bit. So let's just go ahead and loosen these grub screws up. So just a quick little turn, get them loosened up. Quick little turn. Ooh, that was already loose. Maybe that might be the problem I was having with the taste. But I just want to do this anyway since I'm re-wicking and rebuilding it. I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible, and I will give you guys close-ups. I'm not just sit here and do it where you're not able to see. Yes, my Sony A7 IIIR camera isn't back yet, but I've learned to like this camera a lot. Like, I can't tell a noticeable difference in a $2,500 camera and a $400 camera. So we're just going to go ahead and just pull this on out. It's loosened up. There's one coil with the cotton. We're just going to dump that in the trash. Trash worthy. Ain't going to be using them coils again. The coils are still fine. They last me pretty much a month and a half. And it's $6 for a tube of 10 coils. So dual coil, you got 5. So if they last you a month, that's 5 months worth of coils for $6. But I change them every 2 to 3 weeks. Just have fresh coils. So here we are. We got the post. We got our positive and negative, and you can tell by what the screw right here. So that's positive right here, and we got negative over here. So here's what we want to do. So we want to get them loosened up. So we're gonna fit our leads in. So we're gonna loosen these grub screws just a little bit more. So I don't like how they didn't do the beveling right here because it kind of makes it difficult. I think they should have made these spring loaded like I've seen on other things. But my main thing is with the Goon 25 millimeter, it leaks like a sieve, man, and I just don't like that. I don't know if my kids keep touching my squonk bottle and but to screw it down, you got to kind of put the Rdta on it and pry on the post and screw it down tight enough to where the squonk's not leaking out from underneath it. Sorry, I was trying to do that. And by the way, the coil master comes with cotton and everything you need, but I'm going to show you something, my little trick. Oh, I'm using the wrong Allen key, so I'm sorry about that. I'm going to switch these to flathead because it did come with flathead, so get these opened up enough so I can turn it upside down and so we're going to pull these apart and let them sit up. If you're lucky enough, they'll sit up. If you get them set like this, you can get them to stay up. You kind of tilt them backwards where they catch the grooves and be easy setting them down. So I'm going to set this down right here. I'll get the coils in there, and then I'll go ahead and you want to take one, this is your positive and negative lead. So you want to put one in here, and that one just fell on me, so I got to re-pull it up there. And it's just a pain with the Goon. Like, most things ain't like this, so for beginners there is a lot better of build style velocity detection, stuff like that are a lot more for beginners. But slide that puppy in there, and then we are going to take and grab our other coil, turn it over. It's kind of hard to do it 2 coils at once, but just kind of hold that one in there. And I'm just going to trim these leads off a little bit. Instead of closing your eye, let's see, we're going to get this basically eyeballed real quick. So we're just going to cut a little bit of it off. We're going to close our eyes. I don't want to mess on my screens up either, but just to get a little bit of them leads out of the way. I don't need that much, but I'm just leaving enough on there so I don't want to overcut my leads. So, see, look, it ain't gonna matter. See how easy that wire will fray on the end? See that? It just caught on my build mat and frayed a little bit, but luckily we're cutting that off. So, we're gonna hold this other coil in right here. We're gonna pop this bad boy in and just kind of slide it and kind of jiggle it. It's gonna be kind of a mess at first, but yeah, once you get it to where you want it, it's not that big of a deal. So I'll go ahead and put one in. I'll go ahead and, well, we can make it the easy way. So we want to get them to where they're as close to the closest post to the pot. These coils right here, as close to the post as possible, but without touching. See how this one is? It's close but not touching. That's how I want the other one. So we're gonna adjust those. It's kind of hard the way it's angled right now, but let's tighten it down a little bit so I won't have to tighten it so much once I do get it to where I need it to be. So I want to tighten it down some. Not much though, just enough to hold it flush, hold it so it's kind of got a little bit of what would you call it, little tension on it, so I can move them around and they'll kind of stay put. You know what I mean? I'm not tightening them down and cranking them or nothing. My fingers are a little lubed up right now. Not what you're thinking. All right, cool. So we're on there. So now I might have tightened it down too tight. Let's back them off about 1/8 of an inch. So we're gonna get this rolling. Let's see how quick we get this done. I'm trying to make the shortest video possible. Yeah, I don't have a zoom. I'm gonna lower the stand. Give me a second so you can see what I'm doing better. Actually, I was gonna do that for you. We set that there. I got this nice Manfrotto thing. So here we got you there. I just lowered the whole camera system down for you. All right, now we're closer, so I can just kind of show you real quick what we're working with here. See how the coils are both in there. We gotta get rid of the leads, but we gotta get them to where they're both about the same distance apart. So we're gonna use my ceramic tweezers, my favorite. So I'm gonna kind of grab it, get it the distance I wanted away from it. And this one's kind of being a pain in the Rdta because that other lead's like popping up over it. So get them both to where. All right, let's cut these leads off. Or let's just go ahead and clamp her down because they're both pretty much off the coil. So let's tighten these down. We can adjust them in a minute, momentarily. So it's kind of like a little trial and error. You know what I mean? It's never exact. I mean, you can get exact. Like I had my little coilology thing or whatever it is where you can cut it, but I haven't bothered doing that because I don't mind building and like messing with it. It's actually kind of fun once you get into it. You know what I mean? It's not really all that serious. You know what I mean? It's just enjoyable. I mean, if you enjoy building, you enjoy building. So I'm gonna cut these leads. I'm just gonna grab them with my cutters, pull them off to the side, bend them down, and just gonna get it bent out this way. I was bending back and forth. If you just bend it and wiggle like that, it should just break off even at the post. And if there's any excess, you can trim it off. So I don't like doing this with my quick cutters, but yeah, that's kind of pop a little close there. But let's get this one. I think I just cut that one. Once I get it. Alright, let's get this bad boy right here. Cut a little bit of that off. And then sorry about this, guys. Let's keep twisting. It helps to be twisted both, and it breaks off pretty much even at the post. You feel the metal, and it just falls off. Actually, I was just pulling the wire. Why did the wire come off? Alright, I'll just cut it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take, if you get in here in your Coil Master kit, you're going to find this right here, and this is coiling rods. So this is 30 would be a 3 millimeter, which that's the inner diameter of these. So we're going to put this through here, and we're going to bend it up so we can get it out of the way. That's the main problem I'm having right now. So I got it up, got that coil bent up. If you can see, I just got that one raised up. I'm going to get that zoomed in. Got that one raised up to where it needs to be. get over here, and I think that lead is going to stop me from bending that up. So that's a slight issue I'm going to have here. So I'm going to have to unscrew that. We always run into some little snags here and there, so we're going to kind of unloosen that, and we are going to bend this lead so it's not overlapping my leads. There we go, perfect. And then I'm also gonna sorry, I just keep picking up this stupid try tool, and I gotta find out the 1.5 or 0.1, whatever it is, Allen key. I try not to use as much as I can because I went through so many try tools, it just drives me insane. Alright, I'm gonna stretch this one out. Alright, get up there. Alright. That's gonna have to hold right there. Well, now I don't want. Here, let's get this one out. Alright, it's where it's supposed to be, so. That's why I'm just gonna cut it. I got it to a position where I can cut it now. Alright, I got it. Perfect. Alright, so that's cool. Alright, let's tighten this little girl back down. I'll show you what we're working with here. Always start with the middle, then the outside, kind of like you would when you're locking a tire. You want to kind of do one at a time. You don't want to do left or right, and then you just want to do one at a time. You know what I mean? You don't want to. I don't know how to explain what I'm talking about. Like they go under in a way that you'll understand. Like you don't want to tighten like one side down and the other. You kind of want to go back and forth and kind of get each one tightened and in position. So we'll take our 3mm rod right here. We're gonna put it in the coil, bend it, and we're gonna push up and bend at the same time. So we're gonna kind of bend it down. But now I'm gonna slide it through a little bit more. All right, so we got that bad boy right there. We got it up. Is it straight? Yeah, straight enough. Now I'm gonna kind of bend and pull up. All right, the other one I got good, so I don't know why this one is driving me nuts. All right, so it's kind of hard to do and kind of trying to do a review at the same a tutorial at the same time. So I'm trying to let you guys see what I'm doing, but you'll get what I'm saying there in a second. So it's pretty much flush with that. That one's pretty much flush. So let's make sure they're bent properly. All right, that coil looks straight. It's still a little. All right, perfect. All right, and we got this coil. It's a little crooked, so we're gonna bend it so it's flat. All right, now we're gonna look. We're gonna look down it like we would a gun barrel. You're gonna see that your coil is not touching the post because if this coil right here. Let me see. Let me show you. If this coil right here is touching both posts, you're gonna short out. So you want this far enough away. As you can see that gap on this one right here, this one's a little close. So that's a no-no. That's what I purposely did that. That's a no-no. That's a go-go right there. So once again, if you want to take a better look at that, I got some awesome tips for you guys too. And so if you haven't noticed, my camera's gotten a lot better. It's focused on other stuff right now, but let me get it to where it needs to be. That way you guys can get a slight idea. Like the other building tutorials that you got, they whiz through it really quick. They don't take the time that I've noticed to take the time. There's only a few reviewers that I've actually seen do wicking and building tutorials that I learned that I didn't learn from YouTube. I didn't have YouTube to teach me how to do all this stuff years and years ago, you know what I mean? And I just kind of had to figure it out for myself. So let me get this coil bent up to where it's supposed to be. don't know why it's giving me such trouble. Maybe I got it in too far. I've been out. That one's good. I just need to bend it up and out. Wait, I got a phone call. Take care of this phone call. Walk out there and go out there and be quiet. Alright, it's bent back down, so we gotta raise it up. It's so hard. Let me get it on my atomizer. I mean my ohm reader. So I can actually get a little torque on it. Because I can't, it's hard to hold it, and that's why I didn't want to put it on that stand yet, but alright, so bend it up. I'm getting this all the way through. Let's see if I got it. It's just a little trial and error. Yeah, that one's a little higher. Yeah, I need to loosen that one up and pull them leads out a little bit. I'm always, if I'm not on camera, I can do this in literally less than like 5 minutes, like have the whole thing done, vaping in no time, but I hate putting 2 coils in at once on this. So let's see what we got going here. Alright. I think, let me see. Alright, let me see if these. I didn't loosen that one up enough. Gosh darn it, you tap vapes. Tatty tat tat tat. What you doing, bro? You looking like an amateur. Alright, there we go. I got it now. I got it now. Alright, cool beans. So let's tighten that one up. Actually, I'm going to get you tight first because you keep moving on me. I don't know why that whole block just moved. You want to make sure you have all your grub screws tightened down because it will bend if you're using flat clapton wires like I'm using. It's going to put a slight bend in them. Look, if you look right here, it looks kind of janky, like the way they got that gear. Look how uneven them pads are, and they're torqued down. So yeah, it's because I have an overlap. But let me get my little coiling rod, tuck her in there. Remember, these are 3mm in their diameter wires. They're by Rdta. They're quad core fused Claptons. So we're gonna tilt and lift up. Alright. Pull it away from that post a little bit. Alright, we're good there. But you don't want them too far out to where they're. I'm saying that one's still a little tad bit higher. That's where I want them. Let me get my. Go on through. It's kind of hard to. I don't want. Alright, let's see if I got high enough. I don't know why this one won't go as high as the other one will. It's going. Maybe I'll just lower that one a little bit, I guess. I think I see the problem here. I think I do. I'll edit some of this stuff out, but this isn't cool at all, that little thing right there. I don't know what's going on here. Alright, that thing is not even at all, so let me kind of, yeah, there we go. We got it even out now. Alright, now we're even. Alright, so we look through here. If you want to look through here like this, Let me get it in there. You see right here where you can see. You see, oh, let me see what hair I'm using. Right here, right there. If you look at that gap, you're not touching the post. And if you look at the other one, tilt this way. Let me get this zoom in. Let me get this straight. How do I get this straight up and down? All right, now you can see without. Let me put my hand in the background. It's so hard to use on camera, like a reverse camera. Like I hate it. I need my Sony back. But let me work these little kinks out real quick. And the main thing is what I'm gonna teach you to do next. So let me put this down. Get the coin right through there. Bend her. Oh, perfectly bent up. That was what I needed right there. I knew I knew it. I knew I needed to do that. And bend out and bend up. Okay. I think we're pretty much flush right there. All right, let me lower that one. That one's way too high. You don't want to do too much to it because you don't want to damage your coils. And you definitely don't want to. All right, so let me see what we got going here. All right, is it touching? Let me bend that out some. All right, we're pretty much flush with the top. Is it touching? No, we're not touching. I got them pretty much both even. Maybe I need to lower that one just a little bit more. Let me see. Flush. Bend a little bit. Alright, we're good there. Give it one more crank down. Make sure nothing loosened up. Get them locked in place. So now what we're gonna do is check out the oh, I ain't got no battery. It's reading at 0.11 ohms right now, which it should be 0.13, but I don't know why it's showing up 0.11. That's never happened before. Why is that one so high? Let's power that off. You definitely don't be messing with any kind of power to it. So that one's perfect. That one's perfect. Let me just. This is taking too long. I might have to redo this video because this is driving me crazy. I got them perfect. Like, it's not like that big of a deal. Like, I don't want to strip rid of these screws because I'm trying to be careful. Oh, that's the problem. The center post was. Is that hole? No, it's just the top. So, I'm going to pull. I'm going to pull this one out. And now it's not loosening up enough. See, it takes a little bit of work. I'm really not concentrating because I'm trying to be in a rush and show you guys this, get this over with quick. Like, if I was, like, literally, on no joke, if I was sitting here just, like, doing it in the light. Let me see. Alright, let me see here. Let's get these things really adjusted real quick. Alright, I need to get up. And just a little bit, maybe. Put that one in just a little bit. Not that one. Just right there. I got it. Got it. All right, guys, there it is. I'm gonna give you a close up on what it looks like. So I'm gonna tighten down a little bit on the outside, a little bit on the outside, a little bit in the center, a little bit in the center, and then make sure it's get a little bit more in the center. You always want to make sure your grub screws are really tight, but don't strip your grub screws. It's always a pain to get a strip screw out, especially an Allen key screw, which it really destroys an Allen key to get one out. But I'm pretty good at it because I've been using Allen keys my whole life from building computers and all the different stuff I've done. Let me readjust these. I'll show you guys how to adjust them. If you just grab it, put this coiling rod through it, like so, like kind of ease it on through. Don't destroy your coils. Get about halfway up, and then you can kind of tilt it, and then pull up at the same time. And then get it flush with on the goons. You want them flush with the top mount. So this one right here is pretty much flush. I got to bend it back this way a little bit, and we are golden right there. So let's see. Let's look through here. That one's a little higher, so let's kind of tilt that down a little bit. I'm just gonna bend it down with my finger. Alright, we're pretty much even right there. Flush. Flush. Same distance away from the post. Now I gotta lift that back up. So let's see what reading we're getting now. So it's reading the 0.11. Once I fire it up and stuff, it'll be fine. But I'm gonna put this on the mod now. Because we don't have a short. I'm turn this off. And I don't want to fire it. So this is what we're going to do next, okay? I think I just bent the damn coil while I was scraping it. Oops. Twisting it. And then it's straight. That one's straight. I'll have to straighten them out once I put them on the mod. It's easier on a mod. But just make sure you don't hit the fire button while you're touching them or messing with any kind of thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it down. See how it's making a little bit. The coil got a little bit of. You don't want to bring that metal in. You always want to burn your coils off before you. So let me get this coiling rod back in here. Now you can see what I got going on here. If you look this way, let me see if I can get it to where you can see it. If you look right there, right there, you can see in this little gap right here and this little gap right here. If you look straight down, you can see if you're hitting the center post or not. You want to get as close as you can to it, but not on it. So I'm going to adjust them a little more before I start getting hot spots out of them. Get them to where I want them exactly. All right, that one's cool. And that one's cool. So once again, check, make sure you're not touching. That one needs to go down a little bit. You don't want to keep bending them and bending them, bending them, bending them, and bending them. All right, we're good to go here. Well, let me lower it a little bit more. All right, that should be. Perfect. All right, here we go. So what you want to do is turn your mod on, or whatever you use. You use the unrated to fire, but I don't like using these to fire as much as I do a mod because you can be much more accurate. Hold on, I gotta have a vape, guys. Let me get my new found treasure that I discovered. I made a video about it. I'm gonna make another shorter video about it. But look at the clouds I'm putting out, and the flavor is so intense. Like I've matched the Falcon flavor, the Freemax flavor, in a small, little, tiny package. My Nunchuck with the 0.2 mesh coil and the Aegis Solo. So I'm gonna hit it at 40 watts. Flavor's awesome, can't beat it. vapor reduction. I do my vape tricks with those. So, all right, here we go. We're gonna take these coils. We're gonna put new coil. Yes, it's reading at 0.11, so that's pretty low build, but I don't know why it's doing that. It'll crank back up, but we want it's at 80 watts. We want to put it at about let's just say 20 watts. You just want to keep pulsing your coils. Just pulse, 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 until you slowly start getting them up there. All right, now we're going to crank it up a little bit, 30 watts. All right, we're starting to get them a little warmed up. You see them hot spots? All right, do you see how they tell you to strum it with the back of this tweezer? That's what these ceramic tweezers are for. You do not want to be firing that button and messing with coils. These are to pinch them, to get the hot spots out. So we're going to figure out, we're going to put it up. I'm gonna kind of break them in a little bit at 30 watts. I'm gonna let them go a little bit. I'm gonna keep pulsing and let them get a little warm. It's got a little bit of juice in there still, so just getting them warmed up. So I'm putting it at 35 watts so I can get a little bit more warmth to them. So I'll keep messing with. All right, see them hot spots? We're gonna pinch them, get the coils pinched together. All right, and then you're gonna take your ceramic tweezers and kind of strum them just a little bit. Take a look, make sure I haven't bent nothing. You don't want to be bending them. And see, I also have that nice blue look to them. That's what when you know you got it good. So let's heat it up. Let's pulse it. Let's see, we're pulsing pretty even. Yeah, we're pretty even now. Like if you want to look, I don't want to get too close to my camera and melt my lens, but we don't really have any hot spots. But I'm gonna go ahead and work them out anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and get this and. You don't want to destroy your coils. All right, now it's working. Give it a little break for a second. All right, we got most of the hot spots out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hit it with the ohm reader. Right now we're at 0.11 ohms. The wicking part's the really important part that I want to get to you guys, because I found some pretty cool sweet stuff that ain't new news or anything like that, you know what I mean? But all right, let me make sure check out the hot spots. Pulsing it, pulsing it, pulsing it, pulsing it. And we're making sure we're getting good, even glow throughout the entire coil. So. Alright, so we're going to hit it up again. I mean, it looks pretty good, so I think we're on point here. Alright, now it's time for the wicking. So we're going to let this cool down for a second. I'm going to bring up and show you guys a couple things real quick. Also, when you're building and wicking, these right here are coil master, but these are your cotton tweezers here. They're very, very sharp, like needle nose. It's kind of just to strum your cotton to thin it out at the ends. I'll show you that here in a second. But the cotton I'm using doesn't really need thinned out, so it's a really neat thing. Everybody knows about cotton making, but I want to introduce this stuff because everyone knows about it. It's shoelace cotton. A lot of people are including this stuff these days, but this firebolt comes with enough to thread it through. You almost get 3 coils out of it. You thread it through, cut the end, thread it through the other one, cut it in. You still have a shoelace with enough for another coil. So you basically get 3 coils out of each piece. So you're getting, it's got 20 pieces in it. So you're basically getting 30 coils for $6, you know what I mean, of wicking. So, and it's all, you don't have to keep taking that cotton bacon and peeling it, and not being even on each one. So you know what's in each one. What you do is rub it in your hand like this, because you don't want to be, after you get your coils all set up, you don't want to be doing this number, yanking hard chunks of cotton through, like really tough, and then bending your coils when you got them perfectly working straight. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna heat it up one more time. Yeah, we're good. Let me cool these down. I'm gonna put them on my Addy stand on my coil master. And we're gonna wick. Sorry this took so long, but I was trying to teach you guys something at the same time, but I wanted to get it right so you guys can see. I'm gonna do a close up real quick so you can see. Let me get it up here. Let me get my glasses on so it doesn't do fake face recognition. So let me put it down actually so it'll stop focus on everything else. Let me get it up to you. Let it zoom in. All right, see what I got going here? If you look this way, see how it's not touching the center post, but you're close enough to them, kind of the same height. They're flush with the top. So if you put your cap on here, like so, to where it's going to be sitting right here, and you look at your air holes, it's sitting a little bit above the air holes on the. So the air is gonna come in, up under, like hit the coil at the base and come up. So it's getting more airflow. You don't want it coming straight at it because then the bottom of the coil and the top of the coil is not getting. So if it's coming straight up to the bottom, it's gonna get that maximum flavor and maximum airflow to your coils. That's the whole point, is to have constant airflow to your coils for coil longevity, taste, flavor, vapor production, spit back. I mean, it all plays a giant role in it. But all right, I think we got it. It's not cool enough to touch yet. I don't think I'm going to cut anything out of this video. This just goes to show you, I've been building coils for years and years and years, but you don't want to, I'm just trying to make it a slow process. I wanted to make it slow so you wouldn't make no mistakes. So we're going to take our ohm reader here from Coil Master. The whole kit is $50. You can't beat that. If you're going to buy every little piece separate, like your coil, your lead cutters, all that, that's $7, $8. I mean, pretty now. And this ohm reader, you just click it on. Now look where we're at. I told you, 0.13. Once I strummed them and got them to where I needed to be, and now I'm at the right resistance. Perfect resistance. Cut 0.26, 2 coils. It's 0.13. So that's exactly where I want to be. So now we're going to set this here. I brought the camera down low enough for you. So I'm going to set it here. I'm going to turn the ohm reader off. You don't want no kind of current flowing through this while you're touching it or anything like that. Even though ohm reading is just an ohm reading, I'm still safety first. So we're going to open this. Once again, Firebolt cotton. Not sponsored by them anyway. I'm just telling you, this is what I use. My favorite fly. So we're going to open it up, and we're going to get one shoelace out. So we're just going to grab a shoelace. Here it is, and you can see what it looks like. Here, I'll straighten it out. And there's 20 of them in there. Sometimes I find like 25 or 30 in there, so it just all depends. So you'll see what you got right here. It's got a very tiny, for even the smallest coils. Like some are over one. So you take it, and you just want to roll it in your hand like this. Kind of like lube your hands up a little bit, get it a little bit wet, and kind of do this number here, and just so it'll go through easily. You're not pulling on your coils. So I'm going to feed it through this first coil. Don't do it when it's hot. You don't need melting plastic or cotton. All right, that's got a little knob on the end of it, so we're going to have to lick that, lick it, and kind of get it down some. So yeah, there we go. It's going to pull through easy now. So we're just going to pull that baby through. Oh, my hands are still a little wet. All right, there's another knot in there. So I'm just going to spit in my hands a little bit so I get it wet. And you use e-juice or something like that, but you want to thin it out as much as you can. You can always flub it up at the end, but you want to, when you're pulling through your coils, you don't want to be yanking on them. You already have them set. You got the hot spots out of them. You start going to yanking on your coils. You're going to be, you can touch the post. You want it the same reading. So I'm just going to pull it through regardless. I don't care. I got it. So, all right, I'm going to pull it through since that's the end of the lace. All right, let's get this right here. All right, so I'm going to keep going. All right, that's about all the cotton I need on that end. So we're going to cut right about, actually, I need a little less cotton than that. About right there. So we're going to cut. Get my, these are pretty cool scissors that Coil Master comes out with. They're like Kung Fu scissors. They kind of unfold them like that. So we're going to cut about right here. You don't want a whole excess lot there. Here, I can even pull that in more. Okay, perfect right there. So we're gonna cut it out right there. All right, see the shoelace right here? We have an extra one left. So we're gonna turn it around. This one's kind of fluffy, so kind of get it wet a little bit and get it pulled down so you're not yanking on your coils. See how I got it nice and thinned out? We're gonna pop it to this coil here and just pull it on through. As you can see, we ended up with about the perfect amount of cotton because that's where I cut it at. So we're gonna cut right at the shoestring. Don't cut where the shoestring's got them knots in it because you don't want them in them, but just right before it, like that. So, all right, this is what we're working with. Now we're gonna fluff it out. Now we're gonna kind of, it's nice and thick and like that. So we're gonna take our cotton tweezers. We're just gonna slightly strum it like this, like you would your coil, and kind of thin it out. And you want to go from the bottom too, because a lot of times it gets thick in the bottom because there is a little much cotton in it for it because that's also for 4mm coils and stuff. But you'll see how it's where it's cut on the ends. You'll see it. So we're gonna, like on the goon, you can have a little bit thicker cotton, but some RDAs, you know what I mean, the flow, it's better to flow through the wicking ends. The smaller your ends on your cotton is, the better it's gonna wick. So we're just thinning them out. So I'm just keep strumming them. You don't want to take too much off, but as you can see, I balled them up really tight. So I'm gonna go under them, go underneath them, kind of pull a little bit of cotton out. All right, that's good. And now we got one last one to do. I'm gonna have a cotton mess in my room, but take it from the bottom, kind of just hit it a little bit. You'll see, just barely do it. Don't force it. You're just thinning out the cotton. Kind of hold it like this and kind of just brush slightly like this. As you can see, there's more cotton here than you think than it looked like, right? So now we got that done. We're gonna take, and you can see where the main part is. We're gonna take that and we're gonna trim off all that excess cotton. So right there. You don't want any kind of cotton that's still loose. You want it all to be attached to the cotton that you're going to be putting down in your juice well. So I want to pull this one through a little bit, and I think that one's good. So here we are. We got the cotton on there. So now I'm going to show you what to do here. You're going to take your cotton scissors, and if you look right here, I'll do it right here for you real quick. If you can't, well, it's kind of hard to do on here. Let me show you real quick. We'll grab right here, and you kind of make sure you grab the whole thing, and then just kind of tuck it up in there, and then push to the side a little bit, but you don't want it hanging over your juice well. So make sure you're not have too much cotton where you can slide it over. All right, we got that one. Now I'll pinch this one, shove it down in there. Don't get the cotton mixed up, and then you want that, like I told you before, you want that open spot for your if you're squonking. If you're not squonking, it's not that big of a deal. It's, you know what I mean, with the cotton. But that's why I'm doing a little more. It's a little more work. So I'm using this on a squonking device. Stop it, please, babe. All right, so let me get this other one in so I can kind of adjust them. But you want to take your wick, depending on what you're using. The reason I'm not like stressing this whole showing you how to wick thing, like shove the wicks down in there, because all RDAs are different. The wicking channels are all different, every single one. But if you're gonna, I'd recommend a goon for a beginner. I mean, I do. It's not that difficult to do. I would just wish the goon would come out with a spring-loaded beveled deck to ease up the coils. That's what that's the longest process right there. You know what I mean? Is come with that bull crap. So I mean, all right, I've got our channels cleaned out. Might do a little trimming in there, but put a little juice on that first. But go ahead and keep tucking down in there. And now we're gonna turn it on. Make sure our ohms are still the same from pulling the cotton through. So we're gonna go ohm meter. We're still at 0.13. Obviously, I haven't done nothing wrong. The cotton's in there. So we are going to juice her up, and then we are going to... Hey, Junior! Junior! Never mind. All right, I'll get this cut. I can't really see it on here. But all right, I know it's 0.13. I'm not going to be flyered on here, so I'm taking it off. All right. All right, so here we are with the finished product. Yeah, I got the cotton shoved down in there. So this is basically what you're going to see right here. Yes, the cotton looks fatter on the side just because I don't have juice on it yet. But that's basically the building wiki tutorial. Basically, what I want to teach you guys is you're going to need that entire kit. Pre-made coils where you want to go. You can build your own coils with the coil master, but single wire Clapton, single wire Clapton wire is not going to work as good as a quad core fused Clapton. It's just the way it soaks up the juice and stuff, and I'm going to show you that in just 1 second. So let me grab my 21700. I forgot to grab my battery. I'll charge my 21700. So yeah, I'm going to cut this out, but okay, let's grab my top side squonk. I just ordered the carbon. I got a special edition, limited edition carbon coming of the dual squonker, which, all right, we got our 21700s here. I rewrapped myself. Where I set one right here. Remember, battery safety always first, guys. Battery safety, I can't stress it enough. So we're gonna pop this little bad boy open down here. It's got negative posted right there, so we're gonna put positive in first. Put the battery lid back on. It's gonna pop instantly on. Instantly the screen's on. We're at 80 watt. We're not gonna start out at 80 watts, but all right. So we're gonna go ahead and put this bad boy on the squonker. And the reason I like to do this is tighten it up on the squonker, because if not, with the goon, you can't really tighten it. It has no stopper on it, so you can't really tighten it up, but except with, like, by grabbing the post and getting it as tight as you possibly can. And like, I don't like torquing on my post, but I could get a rubber glove or something. I think I'm gonna do it with my t-shirt. I gotta bring a t-shirt on, but I think that's as tight as I'm gonna get it. All right, so we're reading at 0.13 ohms on there. Let me get it zoomed in on there. Like this new camera like doesn't flash. 0.13 ohms, 3.19 volts. I don't want to actually burn that cotton. So, all right, this is what we're gonna do next. I'm gonna go back through, shove this cotton down in here because I freed it up, kind of messing with that stuff. Hey, grandmother, could you bring my new bottle of juice that just came in? Well, I'll worry about that later. I got 3 milligram in here. Same juice, so we'll just go ahead and rock with this on this one. I'll just change it out later. I ain't worried about it. I got plenty of that juice. Cornbread pudding. I'm gonna do a review on that because I've went through it. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars, tried every kind of dessert flavor, and I finally found the best dessert flavor. Well, top 4 best dessert flavors in my eyes. And I know it's all biased. It's all what everyone likes. But if you like dessert flavors and you want something good, and that's not really like, I don't know how to explain it. All right. So now we're gonna take the juice. Junior, would you? I have my son. He's 18, but Junior, hand me that cornbread pudding right there, the big bottle. Mm-hmm. Right here. Got the full bottle. Okay. We're gonna take a little bit of this juice. Always pre-wet the top of your cotton. And what you want to do, I'm gonna show you right here. Let me put this lid on my coils so I don't start losing a bunch of my coils, and I go to build my last thing, and I'm like, oh no, I'm a coil short. Always shake your juice before you use it. Like, shake it until you got a bunch of little micro air bubbles in it. Like, that's what you want to do. But I just got a 100 ml bottle of this in and 6 milligrams. It's so smooth you can't even taste the nicotine in it. So I figured, like, why not go up a bit? They don't make a 12 yet, but they're gonna make a 12 sale because I buy so much of it. But all right, that should be good enough. I just shook it earlier, but I went through like 10 of these little 60 ml bottles. So you want to take a little bit right here, and you're gonna put them on the top of your coil right there, like so. top of your coil. And then you're gonna hit it a little bit. It helps soak up the coil. You're not gonna burn your cotton. It's just soaking that up in there. It'll soak it up in there. All right, so put a little bit more in there. All right, now we can get the edges. Just want to get the tops of them. You don't. That's only the first time squonking. After that, you're fine. So I'm just gonna get a little bit on the outside so I can kind of maneuver it a little bit better without the cotton flying everywhere. So now that I got that pretty much saturated and stuff, I haven't squonked yet, but all right, I'm gonna take my ceramic tweezers here, and I'm just gonna get it down in the juice well, nice and tight, but away from the why am I stuttering? The whatchamacallit, the squonk pen, the squonk. Where's it gonna be squonking at? Like, there's not less cotton there. I'm trying to keep that little piece of cotton out there. All right, make sure the other side's even. It's both out of the way. It's down in there. Pull it away from it. Down in there. Pull it away from it. So we're ready to squonk now. So here's the finished product. Looks a little messy, but it's all in there. Trust me. It'll. Yeah, I got a little overhang right there. I did see that in the video. And the thing right there, which isn't a big deal. I just kind of went over the thing a little bit. I mean, you just got to kind of tinker with it a little bit. But for the most part, that's perfect right there. And this is going to wick awesome. I can already tell I did a great job on the wicking. All right, so we're going to squonk it once. I'm going to squonk it just a little bit. And it's literally flooding. All right, put it back down. Put a couple more drops up top. We don't want any dry hits. All right, there we go. So we're ready to put the. All right, the only thing I don't like about this. All right, so now we got a coils right there. So we want to put the air holes right on the coil, and then make sure we're opened up all the way. 3 on this side, 3 on that side. So we're going to squonker one good time. We're getting. We're only at 80 watts. This only goes up to 90 with a 21700, but you don't even need that. Like, I put it down to like 70, honestly, and I just rip on it all day long. Nice warm vape. Really tasty, especially with that fresh new cotton. And the only reason I changed the coils was because I had that little frayed end on top of my coil, and I just didn't want it causing any problems. And one weak link in the chain and the wraps can cause ohm errors. Not really necessarily like a big catastrophe, but like it affects things, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was my building and wicking tutorial. Remember, what made this easy is having an ohm reader. So before you put it on a mod, you know your ohm. You can, in case it was touching or causing a short or anything like that, you're not gonna have to worry about messing up your mod. You got a little ohm reader right here. You can click. That's the ohm reader, and then over here, if you slide it to here, you can actually do the whole. You can fire with this button here and build your coil and do the whole entire thing on here. So it does take an 18650. I use a 30Q in it. I use Sony VTC5As in all my 18650 mods, but I had a bunch of 30Qs I had bought a while ago before I found out how good the Sony VTC5As are and the Molly cells, which are by battery music standards the best all-around 18650s. So here is the thing I've been making a big rave about is this Aegis Solo and then the Chuck U tank with the 0.2 ohm mesh UN2 meshed H coils. And look at this. Flavor is so intense, it's like dripping in the back of my throat, the liquid. So I made quite a little bit of a cotton mess here, but I will say that was quite a long wicking tutorial. But at least I got to go in depth with it. So the thing that makes it easy is this firebolt cotton. Yeah, it took me a little while trying to pay attention. I was watching the camera doing this, cutting my leaves and stuff, so that's what made it difficult. Maybe next time I'll just kind of put the camera down and kind of do what I'm doing and just put the zoom in on it. But you need your coiling rod. You can use a screwdriver. It doesn't like the screwdriver, like these kind of screwdrivers here. If you can see them right there, these right here, you can use them as coiling rods. But if you want your coils, like if you see right here, it has all the different sizes and it fits perfectly. You can adjust them, torque them, like grab this and pull your coil up, or just however. It's just very handy. You can buy one of these. It also comes with a little miniature. If you slide right here, it comes with a little miniature Allen key. Like that's not, like this thing is like totally hard to use. I don't know what the point in that whole thing was, but I mean it's cool. It comes with all the extra stuff. So the Coil Master, I do have an extra one, so I'm going to be doing a giveaway on that. Because I have two of them, I don't need two of them. So, and also, Junior, will you grab that eFest Select 2 charger for me from the back? I don't have it's in my other room to show you guys what it is, but for battery saver. Once again, please don't charge your batteries in your device, even if it's a single. I know it's not charging in a series, but it charges at 1.5 amps. You want to be charging at a lower amperage. Like I trickle charge at like 0.5 amps. Yeah, it takes longer, but it increases the longevity of longevity of the life of your battery. So, I mean, patience is a virtue in this game. But just have like 2 extra standard BT5As in my little like plastic carrying cases that I get from the shop. So, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. Just and then carry around a little 15 milliliter unicorn bottle of juice, just fill it up, and a couple extra batteries, and you're good to go. That's 3. Then, and also the Nunchaku on this, it does hold exactly 5 mils of juice, and this holds 10 mLs of liquid. All you have to do is squonk it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I showed that for you guys. So I think in the video here, I made a little bit of mess on my well, this is not really my, oh, this ain't my build mat, this is my mouse mat. This is my Corsair mat. Oh Lord, I haven't even noticed on that. But and once again, that was the Goon 25 millimeter. It's the newest Goon out. So the only problem I have with it, it does have this, if you look, the one thing I do like about it, the reason I don't like not like mess with it, see that Ultim ring around it, the heat dissipation on that is just wonderful. It keeps you from getting the Rdta too hot. Like, yeah, the base might get a little warm, but like, see how wide bore that is? That's like straight to the coil. You'd expect a bunch of spit back, but I didn't feel like I was getting anything. Just a short little hit like that, and that's an 80 watts. I mean, just a quick little. And if I left anything out or anything like that, sorry, I can do a better wicking tutorial if I would just adjust my camera. My son got this camera stand for me. It's more of a snake type thing. You just clip it on here, and I can kind of put the camera on here and just bend it to adjust it to wherever, and I can get a closer up view. I didn't do that this video, but I think I'm going to do another building and wicking tutorial on a couple other Rdtas for you here. I'm going to kind of put them in a series. I might edit them all into one video, or if not, I'll make separate videos, you know what I mean? But yeah, this one took a little bit, but I'm going to do a little bit of editing. So thanks for watching. Once again, this is Tap Vapes, and I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of stuff. Like a must. Do not strum your coils with metal. Metal on metal is never good, especially when the metal is heated up. It's very soft at that point. You start strumming it with the metal ends like these people, some of the big YouTubers are telling you, that's a big no-no. That's how you mess up your coils. Always strum it with the ceramic ends, and barely just strum like this, and then take this and then pinch your coil together. If you pinch it, you can get the hot spots out. You just keep messing with it, and you eventually get the hot spots out where it's heating evenly, and then once you go from there, it's cool. But always have an ohm reader on deck. If you don't have anything, at least get the ohm reader, some cotton scissors, and some wire snips, and a screwdriver or a cooling rod. I mean, you don't need the whole get up right here, but once again, I'll show you what it looks like, the Coil Master. If you go to any local shop's gonna have them, but don't pay over $45 for it, because that's what I get mine for at the shops. I don't order anything online. That's for the simple fact of I like to see what I'm getting before I buy it. You know what I mean? And that way I can return it right away if I need to. I don't need to ship it and worry about doing all this crazy stuff and all this jazz. You know what I mean? Like, I like to shop, and I'm not knocking anybody for ordering online. Like, yes, like, yeah, like, you'll see a mod on there for $50. But by the time you done pay shipping and handling and waiting, like, I'm an impatient person. I want it now. We have my stuff I just got from the vape shop they just sent me.
Bag.
Oh, the bag's right there. Let's see what I got here now. What they sent me this time? Ooh, a Country Clouds cornbread pudding, 6 milligrams. That's the good stuff right there. I'll be filling myself up with that. 100 mils, new bottles. Let's see if it's comes pretty steep, I do believe. I asked him if it was pretty steep. Yep, pretty steep, and that's pretty darn steep. So, let me see what that. Yeah, that's really steep. That's steep way worse, way more than. Well, hold on a second. Tell the difference in that. That was the other bottle. That looks like blood. If you see my crunchy squares, you'd crap. But, I mean, is it open? Let me see. Oh, nope, it wasn't. I cracked the seal. Nope, it smells like my favorite flavor. Alright, I'm definitely going to be putting that one in my little solo. So, yep. Oh, and I also got me some more. Then Chuck You. And then Chuck You. I'm going to put this down here. Then Chuck You. Let me see. Why isn't it zooming in? Like 0.2 Then Chuck You. Why is that silver always hard to get? UN2 meshed H coil. So that's what gives that whole Asia Solo mod. That's the beating heart of it. So that being said, I mean, I'm thankful for the shop sending me some more stuff. But yeah, that's the end of the video. And once again, this is. I'm gonna get back up here at my face. Once again, this is Tap Vapes, and I will be back at you soon with another review, some giveaways, and some other stuff I'm doing. No one responded to my giveaways in my last video, so like I told them, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a description down below, and I have doing the Asia Solo giveaway. I'm most likely going to do it on my social media, but my social media links will be down in the description below. So just take the time and then leave what colors you want. In the end of the video, if you watch the Asia Solo video that I have posted, at the end, you can just watch the beginning, check out what I showed you about how cool and the setup I got with the matchup that I perfectly matched up. It took me a like 40 or 50 tanks, hundreds of different coils and all this stuff, and I finally figured out the best 40-watt vape for the best flavor. It's like on point with a 100-watt Falcon. You know what I mean? Like the taste is on point, like mouth watering. So just with that, keep that in mind. You know what I mean? I'm always testing stuff to bring you the best. That's why I don't do new reviews every single day on the newest products. You know what I mean? I use them and abuse them and make sure it's perfect and test them and do everything I can with them to bring the best possible setup and, you know what I mean, views to it. So and everything. So with that being said, this is Tap Vapes. Gotta edit some of this video, but other than that, we're gonna rewind a little bit. Let's take me. Which one do I want to vape on? Let's take one more rip of some cornbread pudding. Please keep it vaping and vape on. And once again, links in the description down below. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave what color combination you would like with the Aegis Solo Iridescent. And I got all at the end of the video. Just skip to the end of the video. Check out what colors you like. Leave a comment in the comment section below. What color combination you like, and then and then get on the social media, which my Instagram, Twitter, and Discord, and enter into giveaways. I lost a 40,000 subscriber channel, so now I only got like 1,500 subs on this one. So you got a fairly good chance of winning. So just go ahead and do that for me if you're interested in winning. So I've already had a bunch of winners so far. So and also for everyone that's been here for a while for the gaming videos, I'll do some PlayStation giveaways pretty soon. So please keep an eye on the lookout for that because I had some planes from that from my gaming buddies. I used to be a pro Call of Duty player. So yeah. With that being said, once again, I'm sorry to keep saying bye. Once again, this is Tap Babes, and I'm out.